Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the very last candle review of the day. If you made it through all 4 of these in-depth candle reviews, I'm giving you a big fat high five. If you missed the earlier reviews that went live throughout the day today, I'll go ahead and link them in the description box down below. Essentially, I was trying to finish up the remainder of the in-depth candle reviews for the Kringle Artist Collection, which was a new concept for Kringle for Halloween 2024. So if you are curious about any of the other reviews, go ahead and check the description box. I also have a Kringle playlist on my channel, so if you are ever curious about whether I have an in-depth review of either a Kringle or country candle fragrance, it will be under that Kringle playlist. So that is where you will find all of my reviews that are live already from the Halloween candles that were released this year. I do still have most of the Spellbound collection to review. I'll be doing that on Sunday. And then I think there's 1 or 2 remaining Kringle classic Halloween jar fragrances that I still need to review as well. So those will probably go up early next week. But if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below this video here. That way all of my future home fragrance related content will pop up in your subscription feed. All right, you guys, let's finish off these artist collection reviews with Moody Witch on a Broomstick. This is another one of those florals. This artist collection really was quite floral heavy, I would say. And this fragrance here is no exception. I'm gonna go ahead and read the fragrance notes to you guys, talk a little bit about the scent description. We'll do strength and throw and overall burn quality, and we will be able to wrap it up. Okay, Moody Witch with a Broomstick. Beckoning elements of intoxicating tuberose tied with the haunted essence of dark hollowed woods layered atop smooth, earthy moss and sweet tonka bean. So that's our description. The fragrance notes read, at the top we have tuberose and sandalwood. At the midpoint we have patchouli and bergamot. And at the base we have tonka bean and amber. Okay, so here's the thing. I really only detect one main fragrance note in this scent, and it is 100% the tuberose. Tuberose is a very interesting, very potent floral note. It kind of smells a little bit to me like a mix of like gardenia, maybe with like a jasmine. There's a little bit of green kind of floating around within that tuberose. But yeah, it's a very potent floral. It is a little tiny bit powdery to my nose. But listen, if you love that tuberose fragrance note, I don't think you can go wrong with this fragrance at all. I have to admit, the patchouli, I do not pick that up at all. If that makes you nervous, I don't smell it. The bergamot, I actually think it might be kind of nice with the addition of some bergamot, but I do not smell it. I don't even get the sandalwood. I don't get tonka bean, and I really don't get much in the way of amber either. This is really a one note kind of fragrance to my nose for some reason. I feel like usually with a lot of these Kringle fragrances, I can smell like the different nuances, you know, with the notes that are listed. But here, I feel like that tuberose is just so potent and so intense that it really doesn't allow anything else to really come through, at least not for me. I don't necessarily dislike that because I do happen to actually enjoy tuberose. I can do it in somewhat small doses. Like, this is not the type of fragrance that I could have going all day long. I think that it would probably get somewhat headache inducing at some point, but I can definitely enjoy this one for at least a few hours before, you know, I'm kind of over it. It does have a really nice potency to it. It's a very noticeable fragrance, and as such, I'm actually going to put the strength of this one at pretty close to a solid 8. This is, I would say, the strongest out of all of the other Artist Collection fragrances that I have burned. It is definitely one that you are going to notice. The throw, I would probably put between, you know, like a 6 and a 7 as well. It travels decently far. I mean, it covers, you know, a good chunk of the downstairs of the house, enough to where I have to be somewhat mindful about what I'm pairing with this one, especially since it's such a distinct floral. I would say my only real complaint about this is that it's just not a Halloween inspired scent to my nose. It doesn't really smell like Halloween at all. It's a very pretty fragrance. I think it would, again, be a lovely option for the springtime, but I just don't think that it makes sense for this time of year. And it's a little bit of a bummer because I feel like a lot of these candles in this collection are being skipped over because of the fragrance notes, when in reality, these are great scents. Again, they're just not being released during, I think, the right time of the year. So I'm gonna say it again, Kringle, if you're listening, keep these fragrances in the lineup. I think the blends themselves are actually delightful. I think they're just in the wrong packaging and in the wrong season. But yeah, this one, I like it, you guys. I really actually like this fragrance. It is potent, it's strong. I have had no burn issues. I have made it to just about the halfway point with this one with absolutely zero problems. This has been lit now for just about an hour. I do actually get a slightly deeper wax pool than this even. It gets to be a solid inch, maybe a little bit more by the time it completely pools out. I would say that's actually my experience with pretty much most of the candles in this collection. They pool out pretty easily. They get a solid wax pool to them. Some of them get some like bigger mushroom tops than other fragrances. I'm trying to remember this one. Yeah, this one I would say like medium-sized mushroom tops, not terrible, but you definitely want to trim them before, you know, subsequent burns. But it's easy enough to do that. So I don't know. I've had a great experience with this one. I really like the scent. I would repurchase it actually if it came back again next spring. And overall, you know, I think this was a very interesting collection for Kringle to put out. There are aspects of it that I'm absolutely in love with, such as the black ombre, like matte jars. Big fat winner there. I really enjoyed the labels. I know there was some controversy about these being AI generated. I don't know. I don't have too much of an opinion on that. I'm not a huge fan of AI myself quite yet, but also, I don't know. I feel like there would be other things that I would be, you know, annoyed about first. And for me, it's mostly that while I like the scents that they, you know, put in this collection, well, the vast majority, we know how I feel about whimsical, quirky balloon clown, but the rest of these, I think, were really great fragrances that were just released in the wrong time of the year. So I hope that Kringle will give these scents another chance. And I hope that they do something similar to this artist collection next year in terms of the overall concept. I just hope that they think about using some more traditional, either Halloween or fall type fragrances. I just think there's a lot of options this time of year, and to go with florals maybe was not quite the right move. So all that being said, a big thank you to Kringle for providing me the artist collection so that I could share my thoughts with you guys. I will have them all linked in the description box down below. Like I said, check out the videos if you missed any of them. I really appreciate you guys being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see you soon for some more in-depth candle reviews. Take care. Toodaloo.